Oh, yeah, we like that. Anytime Charles Davis is in the building, analyst for the NFL on CBS, and always a friend here on HQ. CD, we got an early NFC measuring stick tonight, and I want to start with the new guy. It did not take long for Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown to get on the same page. 60-minute sample size, but how has Brown's presence most affected this offensive attack in your eyes?
Well, before we even begin, I like it when you and Katie are there. I like that.
You like that?
I like that a lot, okay? So that's a good thing for me. But listen, A.J. Brown, when that move was made, I was in Las Vegas for the draft when that all went down. And you know how it is at a draft. You're waiting for those seismic moves. When the draft was held in New York, you're always waiting for when the Jets and Giants picked, right? Nowadays, doesn't matter where you are, who's the home team that's hosting the draft. Or what's the big trade? What's the big move? Did someone move from 27 to 10? Who are they going to take? Well, A.J. Brown going to Philadelphia was a monster deal and changed everything. Mm-hmm. Now they have that number one receiver who has the physical size to go through people, not just past them. Devontae Smith now will have more room to operate as another receiver. Dallas Goedert, the tight end, gets more room to roam in the middle and make those nice catches down the seams. And of course, Miles Sanders in the backfield, and this is a team that likes to run the football. Guess what? He gets an opportunity as well. You know who they remind me of a little bit? The 49ers when they're cranking on high because of what Deebo Samuel provides for them. That opens it up for everyone else. And I know Elijah Mitchell's hurt right now for the 49ers, but it almost hasn't mattered who's been at running back, has it, guys? Whoever's been at running back has found room to roam and be able to put up big numbers. That's what A.J. Brown gives the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts could not have been happier. They've known each other forever. And boy, has he been ecstatic from the moment that trade was announced.
That is music to the ears of one of the faithful sitting next to me, Charles. We got to go full disclosure here.
Yeah, I was excited by everything that you just said. Thank you for that. Kirk Cousins doesn't have the best record in primetime. He's 0-6 straight up and against the spread career as an underdog on Monday night. However, the vibes are high surrounding Minnesota after pummeling the Packers last weekend. Charles, have the new look Vikings set Cousins up for success here?
I think they certainly have. And Katie, listen, Kirk Cousins right now can recite every single fact that goes with playing on Monday night, playing on Sunday night, playing a primetime 425 game, playing a standalone primetime game, because the record hasn't been great. Now, part of that, he hasn't been on great teams. But the next thing is, when he went to Minnesota, he was supposed to be the missing piece to help put them into a Super Bowl. They went 13-3 with Case Keenum as their major quarterback, got to an NFC Championship game, and they said that won't sustain. We've got to go get a quarterback, and it was Kirk Cousins. The biggest issue, and Kirk Cousins has played well since he's been in Minnesota, Katie, but the biggest issue is I just don't think he and then head coach Mike Zimmer totally vibed. And now with Kevin O'Connell there, a new staff, a new way of doing things, I think it allows Kirk Cousins to relax a little bit, be a bit more of himself and not braced all the time, a little bit more of a freewheeler. No one's going to ever mistake him for being that gunslinger type of a quarterback. But I also don't think that every time a series ends, he's going to dread going to the sidelines with Kevin O'Connell. That helps Minnesota in a big way. And you look, they're set up for success as well offensively with Justin Jefferson throw the ball to on the outside, Irv Smith coming along as a tight end, and of course you turn around and hand it to Dalvin Cook. So that's not so bad either. A
consummate professional taking us exactly where we're going, and I'm glad you mentioned Kevin O'Connell because last year we watched him scheme up Cooper Kupp open in the face of everything a defense could throw at them. You can copy and paste that sentence to Justin Jefferson here in week one. Green Bay knew who the guy was. Philly knows who the guy is. Charles, what can Philly do to make life hard for Jefferson tonight?
Look, Joe and Katie, Jonathan Gannon, their second-year defensive coordinator, last year felt like he had to play zone almost exclusively and hope that his pass rush could help him out. And they really struggled in the early going, if you remember. Fletcher Cox, their perennial all-pro defensive tackle, he groused about it to the media. They we're kind of a one-trick pony. We play the same thing all the time. We can't get heat on the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And then they kept going and going and going, and they got better as time went on. Then they drafted some people. They're still trying to get Jordan Davis worked into the rotation. As I wondered, he was going to have to work on his stamina a little bit. They've got to get him going. But now, Jonathan Gannon, especially after the season opener where they got torched by Detroit, they have to mix things up. And when you cover Justin Jefferson, you have to do it almost like a good pitcher pitches a ball game. Change your arm angles, change speeds, change locations, do all of those things. But on key downs, you have a guy by the name of Darius Slay, or just Slay, as he likes to be known. I called him Darius, and he looked at me and went, it's Slay. You got it, sir, because you're a lockdown corner. Any key down, look for Slay to make sure he's with Justin Jefferson, whether he travels with him, jumps in the slot with him, you name it. Any of those key third downs, any of those key gotta have it downs, I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Gannon goes to that and they go to a little bit of what we call cat defense. I got that cat, you got that cat, go get them. But I think Slay finds his way with Justin Jefferson. May the best man win.
Time now for the Geico 15-second statement. Charles, we're talking Vikings-Eagles. The floor is yours. Who wins the game and why?
Oh, I like this matchup. I like it almost as much as I like you two, okay? The reason I like it is because you got Minnesota off of that big win over Green Bay. They're flying pretty well, and Kevin O'Connell's trying to keep their feet on the ground a little bit. Hey, one game doesn't make a season. This Eagles team, last year, look, we'd given them up for dead. They got better, got to the playoffs somehow. We were all shocked, but they did it. And this team now believes in their head coach, Nick Sirianni. I think the Eagles are ascending. I think they really surrounded Jalen Hurts with great talent on offense, including a terrific offensive line. This is a referendum on whether or not he's their quarterback going forward starting next year. The Eagles, remember, have 2 picks already in the first round, and it's a quarterback draft coming out. But Jalen Hurts is acting like it's his ball club. It's his team. I like Philadelphia in this ball game in the city of brotherly love. The ascending Eagles, they fly in this one just a little bit past those Norsemen.
This is music to my ears because I'm also on the Eagles money line tonight. Charles, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.